I don't know where they found me. These rough people dressed in the skins of hyenas. There is something very strange going on. Their body language is wrong. They remind me of the mangy curs that used to wander the streets, begging for scraps. They stand too close. They sniff at one another. When one of them shouts, the others cower. They are gathering in the old arena among the ruins, howling like hyenas. They are performing some ritual. A naked man is cloaked in a blood-soaked hyena skin.
The hyenas of the exiled lands are unusually large and intelligent. Far from their reputation as cowardly scavengers, they are bold and vicious, hunting in packs whose howls echo in the night. Those who track their passing, however, soon notice something strange. Mixed in with the paw prints are human tracks, rough leather boots and bare feet. There are men who run and howl with the hyenas, or at least creatures in the form of men. These strange savages have a few permanent camps in the northern wastes, settled around the ruins of the giant kings. They are known as the Dogs of the Desert, and their bloody rites give praise to Jhebbal Sag, the father of all beasts. Some are human in appearance, but the way that they act betrays the animal within. Others, though they walk upright, are more hyena than man, hulking creatures with rending claws and gnashing fangs. For civilized men, feeling safe in their cities of iron and stone, it is difficult to understand how any human could be so linked to savage animals. But long ago, at the dawn of life in this world, such divisions did not exist. All creatures were united in reverence of the Beast Lord.
Do you know of Jhebbal Sag, human? Once all living things worshipped him. Most men have forgotten the tongue that they shared with the animals. Only some few animals remember.
In this primal age, when nature was a single kingdom, the lines between human and animal could easily be blurred. And although humans have since changed, forgetting the ancient language and forging tools and cities instead, legacies of that lost era still remain. The blessed touch of Jhebbal Sag created creatures that embodied the diversity of nature.
When men and animals spoke the same tongue, he would walk among them in any form that he chose. He would mate with females of all races, and from those unions would birth half-divine children such as I.
These God-touched beings were born to straddle the divide between human and animal, with mankind's cunning and upright posture, but the strong bodies and savage instincts of beasts. The first generation, in whom Jhebbal Sag's blood is still strong, are outwardly savage. The were-hyenas of the desert fall into this category. But over time, each generation grows further from their divine progenitor, resembling and acting more and more like men. Werebeasts are not the only children of the animal god. Jhebbal Sag also has fully divine sons. They are called the Four Brothers of the Night: Jil, Julla, Juok, and Jekre. Jil, the oldest brother, is called the Nighted God, lord of birds and harbinger of fate. He takes the form of a massive raven, and his coming spreads fear and confusion. The children of Jil are strange, nightmarish fusions of bird, bat, and ape, fully capable of flying off with a grown man clutched in their talons and tearing him asunder. They haunt the caves that worm through the mountains of the northern border of the exiled lands, hunting by night. Julla, also called Gulla, is the god in the moon, lord of frenzy, savagery, and madness. He takes the form of a massive gorilla, and his influence is felt in the fallen Lemurian city of Zelha, where many of the last survivors have degenerated into gray apes. His brother Juok is the leopard god, the patient hunter. The swift and silent panthers that stalk the eastern jungles embody his cunning and his will to cull the weak from the herd. The last brother, Jekre, has no single form. Youngest of the brothers of the night, he was not allowed to choose the animals his elder brothers had already chosen. Instead, he shifts between the bodies of all other animals, becoming predator and prey, hunter and hunted. He embodies the variety and capriciousness of nature. None worship him, and it is considered bad luck to even say his name aloud. He is the lonely brother. In the cities of Hyboria, Jhebbal Sag and his sons are forgotten. But at the far corners of the world, Pictland, Kush, Hyrcania, there are shamans who carry on the old ways and remember the ancient language. They set up stone altars in isolated groves, carved with the sign of Jhebbal Sag, a mark that even the fiercest beasts respect and dare not cross. These altars are the focus of the bloody, savage rites of the animal god. To empower their rituals, the priests of Jhebbal Sag seek out sacred blood. The divine essence of the Lord of Beasts still runs through the veins of all men and animals, however weakly, and it can be collected if enough blood is made to flow. With this blood-born essence, the priests are able to create potions that grant men the keen senses of predators, along with savage claws that drive those who wield them into a feral frenzy.
Would you learn to speak with the animals, human?
For those in whom the blood of Jhebbal Sag is weak, who do not remember the old language, there is only one way to reclaim that ancient knowledge: devouring the flesh of remembrance, letting the raw blood of one of Jhebbal Sag's firstborn mingle with their own. Such a feral feast can be found only in the mist-shrouded dream realm of Jhebbal Sag, where the four brothers of night dwell, the Midnight Grove. In the exiled lands, there is only one being who can teach seekers the way to the Midnight Grove. It is a were-hyena known only as the Child of Jhebbal Sag. Older and more patient than the frenzied hunters of the dogs of the desert, the child does not shred or devour humans on sight. It is just as much an exile as those condemned to this place by Hyborian kings, and its only desire is to return home, to hunt again in the misty realm.
Is my appearance repellent to you, human? Your kind find no kinship in the unnatural. My brother Impisi summoned me from the misty lands. We are bound by flesh, blood, and our kinship with Jhebbal Sag. But Impisi asked of me power that could not be given. He took my silence for disobedience, and drove me forth from his camp in a wrath. I simply wish to return to my realm, but Impisi will not allow it because he thinks I am withholding information.
Impisi is a werewolf, a savage hunter of the far north. The gift of the wolf is unstable, born unsteadily by the blood. In the far northern passes of Samaria, it is said that it spreads among those the werewolf bites, a strange and much-feared curse. Impisi, however, sought it out as a gift, embracing the darkest aspects of Jhebbal Sag despite his brother's warnings.
He is more animal than man, lost in the mad-scented lust of the hunt. When he summoned me, he sought the power to become a beast for a period. When I refused him and was outcast, he turned to darker powers.
Now Impisi stalks the Midnight Grove, seeking to prove himself before the Father of Beasts. Those who would regain the language of animals must prove more worthy. Jhebbal Sag is a god of survival of the fittest, and he respects strength, cunning, and ferocity. Only by killing Impisi and eating his god-touched flesh can an aspiring priest of the animal god be initiated into his dark and savage mysteries. The child of Jhebbal Sag has an interest in seeing this done. If Impisi falls, its banishment will end, and it can return home. As such, it is willing to teach exiles the secret way to reach the Midnight Grove. They must drink a potion of midnight, brewed from a secret blend of herbs and mushrooms. The potion draws them into the sacred mists surrounding Jhebbal Sag's divine realm, a dream beyond this world, but where brutal death is all too real.
The realm that I come from is volatile, a world of shifting energies and elemental forces. By contrast, I find your world to be tranquil.
Beyond the mists, beneath the light of a moon not of this world, is an ethereal jungle of massive, tangled thorns. Savage beasts of all kinds roam its ever-shifting canyons, caves, and forest glens, and trespassers must be wary, lest they be swiftly devoured. To prove worthy of Jhebbal Sag's favor, an aspirant must defeat 4 creatures blessed by the Beast Lord. First is the Brother of the Night, a great panther blessed by Juok. Second is the Brother of the Moon, a hulking gorilla empowered by Julla. Third is the Brother of the Mists, a feral bull, representing how nature breaks free from the bonds of civilization. Last is the Brother of the Blood, Impisi himself, the greatest rival for Jhebbal Sag's blessing. To succeed in this battle and devour Impisi's flesh is to become one of a select few in Hyboria, those who feel the thrumming of ancient bestial savagery in their blood, who can speak to the animals and lead them in worship of the god of nature. A rare and dangerous gift indeed.